The aim of this tutorial is to show you how to complete the Excel file that will enable you to manage all your projects by following the various stages of the Kepner-Trego methodology taught during your training course. When you open the file, you'll notice that the tabs are color-coded according to the three main phases of project management. Definition phase in red. The planning phase in orange. And finally, the implementation phase in green. You'll notice that purple tabs follow. These are explanatory tabs, which I'll explain in greater detail as I go along. With the help of an example, I'll go through the filling of this tool, explaining its various possibilities and limitations. First of all, remember to save the file under the name of your project, so as to keep the source file empty. To begin with, let's go to the Statement tab and fill in the general project information. In our case, we're going to study the Moon 2024 project, which will consist of send an astronaut to the moon before the end of December 2024 with a budget of $50 million. Don't forget to indicate the file update date at this level. This date will appear in all the tabs, so you'll know when the updated information dates from. Next, we move on to the Objectives tab. As you can see, the main project information is shown in the top left-hand box, and the same applies to all subsequent tabs. All that remains is for you to complete the information by developing the objectives, with the identified measures and associated criteria defined. Boxes are provided so that you can describe any particular constraints and specify the scope of your project. The following tab allows you to analyze all your stakeholders. For each of them, identify their level of power and whether their interest is high, medium, or low. Briefly describe what is expected of them. The actions to be taken and by whom. These first two tabs are independent of all the others. The next step is to set up the work breakdown structure and identify resource requirements. The WBS you complete here, columns B to G, will be automatically transferred to the WBS RAM and Gantt tabs. Select the deliverable level, describe it and then type in the WBS level in the required format. A box allows you to enter any comments or details you wish. If the work package corresponds to a milestone, simply click on the one, an exclamation mark surrounded by orange will appear. As you complete the WBS, the tree is automatically built in the next tab. You can adjust the size of the cells as you wish, and we recommend that you duplicate the tab to remove cells that are not needed, so that you can view your WBS tree in a very legible way and use it by pasting it into the document you want to present it in. Be careful not to delete any cells in the Source tab, as all formulas will be lost and you won't be able to add work package if you've forgotten any. Once you've built your WBS, you need to identify and quantify the various resources required to complete your project. For each work package, you have one line to record the estimated values and a second to update the values. By filling in the number of units and the unit cost, the totals are automatically calculated for each type of resource. By default, the currency unit is the dollar, but you can use any currency you like by entering it in the total cells, which are not locked for this purpose. This was the last step in the definition phase, and we can now move on to the planning phase, using the WBS RAM tab to identify the people or departments involved in each work package and their specific roles. As you can see, the entire WBS has been included. All you need to do now is fill in the RACI, assign responsibilities, on the right, orange from column G. For each work package, identify and note the names of the people or departments involved in the boxes provided. Then indicate their function, who is responsible for carrying out the work package, who approves, who is consulted or simply informed. Each function is color-coded for quick visual identification. In case of doubt, the purple tab, RACI, Definition, Purple Color, provides you with a detailed theory. On the description line below the function, state in a verb or a few words the action the person must perform. Remember that you need to identify one approver for each work package. If the approver is the person responsible for carrying out the work package, indicate only the they. Remember to enter the name of the person responsible for the work package in the box provided. This information will be automatically transferred to the Gantt. In addition, you'll notice that the next two boxes will be retrieved from the Gantt and will give you the progress of the work package via its status and the percentage completed. The next step is to determine the critical path in order to identify and tag the work packages that form part of it. To do this, the work packages and their levels are taken from the WBS, and all you have to do is indicate in the right-hand columns their precedence and duration. The unit is to be determined, hour or day. Start each of your paths with 0.x, as shown in the box. Transfer the level number of the work packages forming part of each path to the Work Package List box in the table on the right. Then calculate the total duration of each path by adding up the individual durations in the box provided. The number of the critical path will automatically appear in the box on the right. All the work packages associated with this path must be entered in the Gantt tab, which we will now complete. First of all, you need to indicate the start and end dates of the period you wish to see represented on the calendar on the right-hand side. You should also adjust the display of the calendar to make it easier to read. The top calendar is used to indicate steering committee meeting dates. The code is indicated in the legend below the table. On one line you indicate the scheduled day of the meeting, and on the line below, you update the data to either the meeting has taken place, or it has been postponed or cancelled. On the left-hand side of the screen, a summary table of deliverables is displayed. Everything is updated automatically from the previous tabs and the table below. The only information you need to enter manually is the status of the deliverables, which will be updated according to the progress of all the work packages linked to each deliverable. To build your Gantt chart, scroll down to the bottom table. All you have to do is enter the start and end dates of each work package on the estimated line when you first plan, and then on the updated line each time you update the schedule. Also enter the progress rate in this box, and don't forget to select a status for the work package, which is a prerequisite for the schedule to appear in the calendar on the right. In addition, if the work package is part of the critical path identified above, indicate this in column V by selecting Yes. The work package label will then turn red. If the work package is not part of the critical path, either select No or leave it blank. Finally, if the work package corresponds to a milestone, remember to enter the steering committee date on which it is scheduled to be validated. You'll be warned to prepare 15 days before the date. The notion of urgency will be indicated if you're within 3 days of the date, and as soon as the date has passed, validation will be indicated by a green OK. Before each meeting or progress presentation, you can update the data to export your Gantt chart. The next two tabs focus on protecting the project by analyzing potential problems and opportunities. The principle of the two analyses is very similar. Each of the two works with the corresponding purple tab, PPA drop-down list, and POA drop-down list. First of all, concerning potential problems. Describe the potential problem in a few words and indicate the work package number to which it relates. Select a category to which the problem belongs and evaluate the probability and severity of the problem, which will give you a score. These elements are managed in the purple tab. This page is not locked. You can therefore modify all the terms to suit your needs. Then continue filling in the various items in the table. The same applies to potential opportunities, which you manage using the corresponding purple tab. At the end, you'll need to evaluate the benefit. The remaining 3 tabs, in green, correspond to the last phase of the project management process. On the Implementation tab, you'll find a checklist and open-ended questions you can use to prepare your kickoff meeting. You'll be able to check whether or not you're ready to launch your project. The Changes tab contains a template to explain and document any changes to be made to the project, including who will authorize it, who will pay for it, and what impact it will have. For each change, you can duplicate the tab and assign it a number to keep track of all the changes that have taken place. The final tab is for closeout and evaluation. Here you can document the main points before leaving the project and embarking on the next one. Once again, you'll find a checklist and open-ended questions to help you prepare for the closing meeting, which can be as short as 10 to 15 minutes for a small project or between teams who know each other well, 30 to 40 minutes for medium-sized projects, and 1 hour for complex projects. The evaluation is divided into categories: quality, time and budget, and includes lessons learned for future projects. A second part allows you to go further in the analysis and highlight actions to start, continue, or stop. The last tab is the dashboard. This page is not protected, so you can use it and adapt it to your needs. Basic indicators are provided for tracking deliverables, work packages, and costs. They will update automatically as the file is filled in and the information updated. Finally, please read the license of this file on the last tab. Please, don't hesitate to contact us on contact@synthex-consulting.com. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. We hope you enjoy using this tool, and we wish you all the best for your projects.